If you've been listening carefully, you know we're in a heinous situation, and that's the whole truth. This week on The Hapless Heroes.
Gee willikers, we could really use a plan right now.
Hello and welcome to Hapless Heroes Podcast. My name is Dave and I will be your host and dungeon master for this evening. And we are gonna start this evening the same way we start every evening, with me introing our cast. And I'm gonna start from my riggedy right with Francesco as the fabulous Felix Fizzlebottom.
We're gonna riggedy wreck these Grave Titans.
To his right we have John as Lord Jarrell the Light.
You thought you could harm us? Ha ha, foolish monsters.
To his right we have Nicole as Boris the Butcher.
All right, let's kick some ass.
To her right we have Zach as Pregnart.
I would like to kick ass as well.
To his left we have Phil as Hedrick the Entertainer.
Looks like one more push to victory.
I might have screwed up my right from left, but it doesn't matter because the next person along the table is Mike as Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind.
I'm sorry. I really love Phil's intro. My team will defeat you.
To his right, we have James as Hoblet the Smasher.
Good evening, friendos.
We left off at the bottom of initiative, and we cycle right back to the top of initiative with Boris.
All right,
You know,
Boris is going.
Anybody that does fantasy anything, in a draft, you go down to the bottom, and then the bottom gets to go back up. I promote Edition 6, a rule change. You go down, and then the last person gets to go again, and then you go back up. But anyways, see you guys at the end.
That's it for James until 50 minutes later.
Seriously, that's
Until
literally why I
Draft
just
Sentence comes out.
that's literally why I just buffered everybody, because I was like, I don't get a turn until the end of the episode, so y'all have fun with whatever I can give you.
Yeah, that's one of the problems of having a table this big, is combat sort of gets a little bit clunky, but we were due for a combat beat. It's really tough to win with this in a pacing scenario. So I'm really happy that you guys have been so patient with me, and I'm very thankful for that. But anyway, we're at the top of initiative. We've got Boris. Boris, do Boris things.
So Boris still has Slim chilling, if I remember correctly.
That is correct.
Ma'am.
You have a help action.
So Slim is just like floating around me, I guess.
Yeah,
And
she's essentially helping provide that distraction, that extra sort of like, flittering and like getting in the enemy's face that would confer you the advantage on your next attack.
okay. So from my current position, Boris is going to reach up to where Slim is and pull Slim down and basically wrap Slim around her neck like a scarf, and then stride confidently forward 30 feet. And
Yeah,
then
she'd let you do that.
just flick her day, and then once I'm in position, let Slim go back to doing Slim things and flick my dagger at number 1.
Oh, Slim, treading the line between feather boa and actual boa, is a hell of an accessory for your strut on down what could be almost like a runway towards the enemy. And then there's flicking of daggers. Is that an attack?
That is an attack.
All right.
It is I guess technically a sneak attack because I am being helped, so I have advantage.
Yes, that's how it was described earlier, and I'm certainly not going to fight that explanation now. Which one are you going after?
I'm going after 1.
All right.
All right, that's going to be the one. 29?
Yeah, I think 29 will hit.
Excellent. 27.
27 damage. Ooh, okay. And that takes us to, it reduces that to just under 0 hit points, and it hits the ground.
Sweet.
And makes a Constitution saving throw. And stands right back up.
Ah, shit. These regenerate.
They have undead fortitude. Yep, that's gonna be a thing. Alright, so is there anything else you're doing on your turn, Boris?
All right, Boris is going to cock her head and look at it a little confused and then use her bonus action to dash back just behind Jarrell again. Not actually hiding,
Right.
but still just, dashing to that behind a bigger person defensive area.
Okay, alright.
I want to ask for clarification. So with the confusion spell, it says each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range must succeed a wisdom throw. So does that mean anybody who enters that sphere has to make a wisdom throw?
No, because it's just when you cast it. It's if the effect were to linger, then yeah, like if my sickening radiance stays around, but your target is just that thing, and it goes off, and then the spell effect is over as far as the area of effect, right?
Just wanted to make sure. Okay.
If the spell would specifically tell you if that effect or whatever thing is happening would affect an area for the duration of the spell. Otherwise, it just affects whatever creatures
I see.
in the range that you choose.
Okay, it continues on. Affected by it, an affected target, then blah 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 blah. Okay.
Right, exactly, and that's it.
I just wanted to make sure because I have to keep concentration on it, so I just wanted to clarify if it was like a.
It's only on what's already affected by it right now, unless otherwise specified in the spell.
All right, cool.
Okay, so that is Boris's turn. We are on to Hedrick.
Yeah, Hedrick sees the chaos in front of him. Which one looks the healthiest? Do I have that perception?
Number 3 was the most recent one to be bloodied.
Oh, I mean the healthiest. I mean the one that hasn't been hit as much.
Yeah, I think that's the best indicator I have.
Okay. Well, he wants
Kind of hard to tell when they're already dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Number 2. He's going to cast Catapult.
Yeah. Well, yeah, number 2, you haven't seen move since it's hit the ground.
Oh, really?
So there's number 1, who's just been reduced to nothing and gotten back up. Number 3, which is in bloodied, but I mean the most recent one to get bloodied, probably in the best shape overall. And then there's one that's been sort of blasted further away that's looking pretty rough too.
I guess he's got to go after the one that he originally charmed with his enemies abound. Catapult to number 3.
Yep. That's and that is yes, the confused one as well. All right, what is Catapult going to do to him?
You're in my way and you're gonna pay. It's really not my fault. And as I play, unlike a trebuchet, you'll feel my catapult. And he's casting this at 5th level to try and really knock it down. The normal spell is 1st level with 3d8, so it's going to get 7d8 bludgeoning damage.
But what are you catapulting?
Anything that's like 20 to 25 pounds, anything in my vicinity. I mean, it says the weight can be increased, but the damage when I cast at a higher level is harder. So
yeah, but like what? Yeah, I'm just more asking for flavor purposes. Like, what are you flinging at this thing? Like a big stone? Like a
if there's a severed, undead.
What about that body that hit Jarrell?
Yeah, something that's like in front of me, something, undead that they threw at us.
Yep, the small undead have actually all burned away.
Nutcracker.
Yeah. So I'm looking for something that I can easily be like ripped off one of the undead titans, or just like ripped out of the ground and thrown at them.
Yeah, there's got to be something here. It's a wasteland. There's always boulders in wastelands.
78.
78.
It's a wasteland now. This is heaven.
34 bludgeoning damage.
34 bludgeoning damage. It takes it right to the grill.
And as a bonus action, he's going to inspire Boris should it come back around to her. And this one's it's relatively on the fly. I got this one down in last episode, waiting for my next turn. Bum, 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 bum. Hey kid, do you have a dagger? Better yet, could you do myself a favor? There's some real evil magic going down. And we need a thief who will make 'em bleed, who won't let the heroes down. Boris is the best. Boris is the best.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Oh man.
I'm just gonna keep loading up my fighter stats. Like I'm just gonna I give up on the bard. Well done. Well done.
So you're the insulting bard. We've been through this.
We love you both in different ways.
I still got a D8 out of it.
If you were both singing, it would kind of take the magic away from one person singing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you each have to have your own talent that separates you.
Yeah, Mike, you're like the insulting but still motivating mother of the group.
Mother. Right. Okay.
I feel like that's the... I'm being sexist. I should say parent. I feel like that's the tropier thing.
Sure.
Yes. Because Quinn, I feel like it's below Quinn to write songs for us, but Hedrick is happy that he's part of the group, so he's like constantly trying to,
Right. I mean, what I write is stories about myself that you guys are like bit parts in.
Right. You just remember
you guys have to survive so that I can survive to continue to write these stories.
Well, I think, and also Hedrick is just making sure that he really cements his place here so that no one leaves him behind ever again.
Right.
Well, one of my traits on the sheet is that nobody stays mad at me for long, since I can diffuse any amount of tension. I love a good insult, even ones made at my expense. That almost naturally attaches me to Quinn.
Right, because you're never going to take anything he does or says to you personally, because he's just, whatever, he'll get over it.
That
was chosen. I didn't write that, trait on my own, but,
If anything, this shows that you can have two bards in a party and still have a great time.
I think so.
True.
Yeah.
Well, Hedrick is resound. He's like inspired Boris in the past, but he feels after everything that he's been through, being trapped in that diamond, that everything is a new performance. So he stands resound.
We're cool with that.
All right. Anything else you're trying to do on your turn?
Sticking next to Jabrel.
Sounds good. Okay, Felix, it is your turn.
Okay. So I'm going to do something a little bit different than just Eldritch Blasting. I know Warlocks love it. I love it. But we're going to try something a little bit different here. Where number 2's crater is.
Yes.
How far is that crater from 1 and 3?
It is, let's say 1 and 3 are about 10 feet apart, so it's right between about 5 feet there.
You'll love to see it. Okay, so centered on the crater, where number 2 is, I am going to cast Synaptic Static.
Ooh.
So you're going to see Felix. Yeah, right. So you're gonna see Felix kind of like weaving, like weaving his hands together, like forming sort of the magic, right, pulling it out of the air, and then he's just gonna kind of like shove both of his hands forward, and you're not gonna see anything actually come out of his hands, but it's almost like like the shock wave, right? There's just like you can see the air moving, right, hits that center point and then explodes out into a 20-foot radius sphere. And every creature in that 20-foot radius sphere has to make an intelligence saving throw.
Ooh, earns. Let's see, 6, 4, 0. So yeah, stuff.
Oh, one fell on the floor. It's going back in here. All right. So they're gonna take, it's 8d6 psychic damage.
Ouch.
So let's see, 6, 18, 25, 32 psychic damage. And after the failed save, the targets have muddled thoughts for 1 minute. So during this time, for the next minute, they have to subtract a d6 from every attack roll, ability check, and constitution saving throw to maintain concentration. But all of their attack rolls, which is going to be the most important part of this, you have to subtract a d6 for every attack roll they make.
Ooh, that's neither compelling nor fun. Those are debuffs. Ooh.
Yeah, and then as a bonus action, I saw that number 1 stood up. Not a big fan of that. Firing a bolt of radiant light from my head, from my crown of stars, right at his face.
All right, so things go at face of number.
Ooh, will a 13 do it? I rolled a 2 on the die, but it's plus.
13 won't.
Sorry. 14. 14.
A 14 matches.
Okay.
Wow.
Then it's going to take 4d12 radiant damage.
Yeah, I mean, they are fucking huge.
Yeah, right. It's kind of a big target. 13. We got 17 radiant damage to number 1.
17 radiant damage to number 1.
Felix is looking proud. He's feeling like he's really, just trying to blast away at these things in whatever way he can. They all are like all muddled and muddied from that attack on their undead psyche. And he's gonna tell Slim to stick by Boris. Give her the help action.
All
actually,
right.
wait. You know what? No. Actually, I'm gonna retcon that. I'm gonna rewind that. Because I see him struggling, and as much as we like to butt heads, I really do respect him in a way. I'm gonna send Slim over to Hoblet, conveying him advantage on his next attack roll when we get to him.
I was gonna say when you do the
also...
whole we butt heads thing, that could have been any of us.
Everyone's like,
really kept you guys in suspense, wondering who I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and someone else had already given Boris some sort of advantage action.
I mean, it was bardic inspiration, a little bit different, but
so.
It doesn't matter because Hoblet's going to be next up to smash something. So I want him to have all the help he can get, so he doesn't end up, at the end of this, like doing that whole Travolta looking around because everything's dead by the time he has a chance to swing his hammer.
We can't leave our smasher smashless.
So that was the end of Felix's turn, correct?
That is the end of my turn. So I feel like I did my part.
Fantastic. Yeah. Number 1 is just barely clinging to life, shambling on in pieces.
I should note, because I did take an aggressive action against 1 and also 4, the one that was flung far away, they are immune to the save from my Among the Dead. Because I've obviously taken a hostile action against them, so they can now take hostile actions against me without having to make a save to choose a new target. Number 2 and 3... Oh, actually, no, I guess all of them. If they were all dealt damage by me, they all know that I'm a threat now. That's just a thing to put out there.
Okay. Understood. So that's the end of Felix, and we are on to Pregnart.
Pregnart casts haste on Jarrell and twins it
Oh shit! You guys are about to be fast AF.
That means.
And more resilient.
I was gonna say I don't think we've ever cast haste on the show. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, haste. It's a 3rd level transmutation. Choose a willing creature that you can see within range. Until the spell ends, the target's speed is doubled. It gains a +2 bonus to AC. It has advantage on dexterity saving throws, and it gains an additional action on each of its turns. That action can be used only to take the attack. 1 weapon attack only. Dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action. When the spell ends, the target can't move or take actions until its next turn as a wave of lethargy sweeps over it. But it lasts for 1 minute.
Whoa. Okay.
Fucking A, Pregnart.
So what is this? What is this stipulation? That action can be used only to take the attack 1 weapon.
So, like, if you get extra attacks, like Jarrell does, right? Because he gets multiple attacks per action, it would only be a single. It would be only a single like weapon swing, not all 3 of his swings.
Or 4. Yeah, it'd be.
I would get
4, with however fucking many it is.
Yeah,
I would
holy crap! You have to rein that into 1 extra weapon swing, or it.
Yeah, I think that was done intentionally to make sure that paladins couldn't already continue to break the damage barrier every time they attack a single target.
I mean, you doubt that.
While Pregnart casts that, he sort of jogs and gallops in a tight circle, going, "Giddy up, giddy up, get up, giddy up." I love it.
Fuck me.
I fucking love it.
Big ass frog legs, like knees going all the way up to his shoulders.
Hoblet has never been this quick.
Right, I was just gonna say, like, I feel like there would be like a wave that kind of came over us, and Jarrell might just be like, "Oh yeah, look at me, I'm fucking athletic. I'm Jarrell. I'm gonna be a god." And
that's exactly what.
Hoblet might like, what the hell? And maybe he like jumps up in the air once or twice and like does a little shimmy. I feel like he'd do something like advantage on dexterity throws. Are you kidding me? That's never happened in my life, and I'm like 300 years old. This is a new feeling for me. So Hoblet is tingling. He's juiced right now. Anybody who's ever seen Leon the Professional, I just took my fucking crazy pill. Fucking need to go. Yeah. If you haven't seen Leon the Professional, watch Leon the Professional. Why have you not seen Leon the Professional? And if you have, congratulations, you have good taste in movies.
That's all I got.
So we are on to the enemies, and numbers 1 and 3 are definitely going to shamble it about. But before we get to that, number 3 is under a confusion spell. Quinn, what are the effects of this spell?
All right, so 7. The creature uses its action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach. If there is no creature within its reach, the creature does nothing this turn.
All right, so it needs to... Now, its nearest creature it can attack is 10 feet away, which is... Let me see.
It has to be within reach.
Oh, reach is 10 feet, so yes, Great Sword can do it. So our confused friend... does do that, because he would... Enemies Abound would tell him to do that anyway, so we will make our attack roll.
Just extra insurance on the Enemies Abound.
Does Enemies Abound still affect it? I thought it was done with that. I thought it passed that one. No? Oh, it's still going? Good.
No, but it's redundant because he's under effects of confusion.
Well, it's redundant. It's redundant specific to this effect that he rolled on confusion. We could have had multiple effects pop off there, but because this one is the same result, it's.
Is this one reacting to something? Is that why he's acting?
I think it would have to, right? It would have to be using its reaction to do.
So I didn't realize that was the case. So it does not take any reactions. It can't react.
Well, no. If it tells you, if it says that it makes a melee attack against it,
No. What I'm saying,
exactly
the spell itself says an affected target can't take reaction.
Right.
Okay. But
it's also telling it on its turn to
on
attack.
the start of its turn.
Yeah, and that's what's happening is it's in this creature's turn. It's making its attack action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
It's not someone else's turn. Right.
Gotcha.
Yep. It's compelled to do so on its turn. This both of them are hits against the other one. So he just swings over at the number one and smashes it repeatedly with a great sword, obliterating it.
So you stand up from that.
It's a hell of a roll, but let's see. No, we roll a nat 1 on the Undead Fortitude, and it is completely destroyed.
Yeah, let's take it.
Sure. Okay, so enemy number 1 really doesn't get to do much of anything either. Enemy number 4 is going to roll in from 35 feet away. It's been sort of walking forward. It is about 5 feet behind the craters where they initially were.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. It is 5 feet in front of it. It has a move speed of 40. We're good.
Say it's pretty tall. It's got like a long stride.
Yeah, pretty big. And it is going
That makes
to
sense.
one from the back. Doesn't have any melee range, but it can hurl zombies like nobody's business. And it is going to do so at... it's going to throw it at Jarrell, because Jarrell's in front. With a nat 20.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's a spicy meatball. So, if it gets max die damage, that's 40.
I think that's a rotten meatball, technically, right? That's being hurled at him.
Right, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 32 plus 40, that's 72 bludgeoning damage.
Holy fuck.
From just absolutely getting blasted by a zombie. Just a regular zombie. This one apparently was probably, I don't know, a little on the hefty side or something, a little extra mass in that hit. And it just hit you square on dead center of mass.
Okay.
And then is disintegrated?
Yes, it is disintegrated because it's burned in its grossness, and most of that's burned off by Jarrell's holy, righteous aura of righteous holiness. And that leads us right into Jarrell's turn.
How far away are each of them? There's the one that's still confused.
And number 1 is dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
And number
1 is very
crater.
dead. Number 2 is in a crater and isn't doing anything to your knowledge. Nobody's checked on that one. Number 3 is still confused and sort of swinging its sword around, continuing to smash at the pulverized and continuing disintegrated body of Grave Titan number 1. It's really starting to get pretty disturbing, to be honest. And number 4 has finally caught up a little ways and just thrown one hell of a sinker right into the midsection of Jarrell.
So if I'm going towards number 4, do I walk past number 2's crater?
Number 2's crater is dead center at that 50 feet point. So if you do make it 50 feet into the old gravity circle there, you will see the number 2 crater. You really only need to get about 10 feet from it, though.
I want to go towards it, but then move. So I have what? I have 60 feet of move without dashing because of the haste.
Yeah, you've got all kinds of movement. You're absolutely going to be able to move over that on your way towards number 4.
I was going to say, you are super fast now.
Yeah, and you
fucking...
can see it's not dead, but it's so pulverized that it's struggling to move, like it's twitching its limbs, trying to pull itself up, but its arms don't bend the way they need to push him up anymore.
All right. So as Jarl's running off, you hear, "That one's not dead." And then I will. I will.
Jarrell just took a little bump of haste.
I will swing at number 4 twice, and then as my second action, because I get 2 actions, thanks to haste again, I will use lay on hands. But let's do the attacks first.
Okay.
Probably.
And actually, the second attack cannot be used. The second action, right, from haste, cannot be used to cast lay on hands. It can only be used to take the attack action, or there's a dash, disengage, or use an object.
Okay.
Right.
So you're just smashing this thing to smithereens is really your only option here, bud.
Well, I got 2 hits on it. I'm gonna wait to see what my second action is after my first attack to see how damaged it is or what it's looking like.
Now it's time for the Paladin Math montage.
Divine strikes by faith and soul, but there's so many damage dice to roll. A mighty righteous slashing barrage. It's a Paladin Math montage.
Yeah.
Not certain that was perfect, except I think you said bath montage instead of math.
That's what I heard too.
I heard be like
That's what I
boy,
heard.
which is fine because that makes it super funny because it would be a bath montage, and that was epic. But did anyone else hear that?
I heard math.
I heard Beth.
I heard bath.
Is the
just
dress
leave it.
blue or gold?
It was
Just
great.
leave it. Just leave it. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
It could be the great mystery of the show. Did he say math? Did he say bath? What kind of montage is it? Is Jarrell bathing?
I give myself one take.
Everybody knows
To do all of
one
this
take.
shit.
Everybody knows the rules.
Laurel
That's
or
why it's so
Yanny?
impressive.
Is it Stephen Fennel? Is it Stephen Jennell? If they don't know, I don't know.
It's 43 radiant damage and 15 slashing on the first hit. Then 14 slashing and 48 damage on the second one.
48 radiant.
Yep.
Yeah.
How's it looking?
So it is pretty wrecked. The first attack doesn't quite do it. The second one, yeah, that does it. You can be descriptive.
Oh, I killed it.
Yeah, you killed it on the second shot.
So the first hit, I lop one of its legs off, and it kind of like tumbles over, and then I just like impale its gross zombie head with the sword again, and then it's dead.
There you go.
Yep, the head and legs are a few steps apart, but yes, you've got enough movement to cover that ground whilst you fell it.
So can I do anything else with my? Because I have a second action, but I can't use lay on hands.
You can dash. You can
Again, I can dash
You could
again
dash,
back to the
dude,
group.
you could dash so far
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, you could dash right now.
Okay.
You can dash
Which
if
would-
you want to. You can
Dude,
leave
just
your
run
friends
30
behind.
feet away and then come back.
I will run back to the group again, just like a speed deer. That was live. Ha, 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 and then back.
It's like the Flash, just like
See what I just did? Did you see what I did? Ah.
like all we see is a blur of like the like the anime slashes that linger in the air, right? There's like the slash like light,
Right.
right? And then all of a sudden this grave titan just falls apart, and then Jarrell just zips right back over, like, hey,
Yep.
I just did that.
Meep.
And then I'm going to use Turn the Tide to give us all 1d6 health back.
Don't even need it. Also
Um,
kind of far away.
What's it? What's my charisma?
Did anyone get hit?
9. I'm looking awful.
What Jarrell did.
Well, right.
Despite running around
He's
like a
just turning-
madman.
He's turning the tide for himself.
Because I can't lay on hands. So all right, that will be it for my turn then.
You just have to turn the tide in a hands-free manner.
His oral skills are,
It's
Stop.
it's active ritualizing.
Stop.
All
this is
right.
what they're here for.
So that is Jarrell's turn, and at the end of all that, you are struck by whatever lethargy is also part of that haste spell. I think you miss most of your next turn or something.
No,
I'm sure
it's
we'll
only
get to that.
It's only when the spell ends. So the spell's on for a minute,
Oh, all right.
and when the spell ends, we can't move or take actions until our next turn. So it's not after every time.
Okay.
It's after the minute's up.
Holy shit! That's
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah. So we
And
should
what
be
a
good
spell.
for combat, and then
What a spell.
yeah.
All right. So
we can both,
yeah. Anyway,
I like- You go ahead.
yeah, it takes us out of Jarrell's turn and into.
Oh wait,
Quinn.
wait. Did I run past 3? Was I at any point within 15
Yeah,
feet of
you would
3?
have had to have run past 3 to do that. Yes.
So then I did damage to him as well.
With your spirit dogs.
yes. How much?
Hold on.
Yes, how much?
Jarrell, I swear to God, I swear to God, I swear to God.
13.
Oh yeah, no. Well, it deals the damage, but it's still
And
there.
by
Oh,
Clangeddin's beard.
But I also hit number 2 because I ran within 10 feet of it to look in the hole.
You hear some sizzling and popping noises coming out of the hole.
Okay, good.
You should talk to a doctor about that.
Oh. Gross.
I've heard worse come out of a hole.
Like what?
I don't know. That's a gross joke that tells itself, though.
Yeah, right, exactly. There's no story needed here. We just leave,
Yeah.
just leave it there.
We can take that to our own special.
You always want to leave them wanting less. You know what I'm saying? Wait.
But it's the other way around, unless it's us. We need to leave them wanting less. Like, significantly, vastly, disgustingly less.
Just bequeath me your answer later.
Yeah, see, that's the kind of thing we're talking about right there.
What did I just say?
Quinn.
Okay. I'm going to attack with my short bow. Give it a little bit of damage.
All right.
Quinn, I swear to God. I see James shaking his head.
What? Oh, if
You
I kill
killed
it,
this
you're
thing.
going to be mad? Listen, what else do I have to do?
Right,
I've
well,
given
that's
all
what
my buffers away.
Right, that was what I was just thinking. Is like, there's really.
I can make you invisible if you want me to, but
No, that's okay.
actually,
the
I
end, yeah.
can make
forgot
you
I'm
regular
invisible.
invisible. I can't make you
I
greater
forgot I'm invisible, so none even saw
Yeah.
that cool stuff. His leg just fell off and he died.
We saw none of it. No idea what happened.
Damn.
Oh, that's so much better. We just saw the dust flinging up from the ground as he was running. That's all we saw.
A leg just goes falling. We hear a voice go, "You see what I just did there? No, we didn't."
What the hell?
So I attack with my short bow. It's a 17.
That does hit.
Yay! Okay, cool. 4 damage.
4 damage.
Listen,
Good job.
It's a wooden arrow. What do you want from me?
It's got an arrow sticking out of it now.
However, I get extra attack, so I'm gonna attack again. And that definitely hits. 23.
Yeah.
23 hits.
Hey, this time it's gonna be a 9 to hit.
9. Okay, it also takes 9. It is
I
no
didn't-
longer an adventurer. It has taken arrows to both knees.
Ah. Nice.
I did not kill it though, Hoplin. So there you go.
You have not killed it.
I am going to. Does everybody have inspiration at this point? Like, I don't even think I can give it away.
I don't.
Can't even pass out inspiration.
Oh, Felix. All right, hold on. Let me come up with a little comment to you.
Well, you don't have one pre-written for me, man. I like the other Bart better.
Oh wow!
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You know I'm kidding.
After you die, you will melt away to nothing and spare us the trouble of cleaning up your dead body.
It's kind of a self-cleaning oven. Being honest.
There you go. Backhanded compliment.
That wasn't even a compliment. There was no compliment anywhere in there.
You now have inspiration. You are now
Thanks.
inspired to hit me in the back of the head after this battle.
Thanks, buddy. Take it.
and now, ladies and gentlemen, Zick at the dominant head. The moment you've all been waiting for. Hoblet, we've reached your initiative.
Well, let's fucking roll. Let's go. So the sizzle and popping, for the layman, that means that one's dead. We're assuming that one's just dead, number 2.
Or it's taking more damage to comedic effect. It doesn't really matter. It's not a participant in this combat at this point.
Okay. Because I could go smash his head just for good measure.
You could, but it's flavor for right now. Number 3 is still on its feet to some degree.
Right. So that's the one we're gonna go. We're gonna pull Trixie off.
Yes, and the scene is set. Everyone else is faded into the background. It's like the beginning of the early Ninja Gaiden game where you got the two ninjas on either side into the background. Arrows.
Jarrell literally faded into the background because he's invisible.
He was invisible the whole time.
All right. Well, here goes nothing. Yep, that'll hit 25.
Yeah.
So where's my?
This is why I didn't go and attack the thing, because I knew there was going to be a lot of blood and guts here, so I stayed far away.
Wow.
I needed to keep my coat clean.
Spoken like a true bard.
13 gross. So riddle me this, Batman.
You can War Priest here.
And then I can attack again. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that we're gonna go ahead and do that. Whoa, that's a 28. That'll
All right.
hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know that a 14 will hit at this point.
Yes.
It's common knowledge.
Have you guys heard of the game Getting Over It, right? Where it's like you're like this like dude in like a kettle and you're like using like one of those little hammer things to like climb your way up like an impossible like mountain. It's a really frustrating kind of game. I imagine that's what Hoblet's doing with Trixie. Is just like he like just leap into the air. He like smacked it and he's like lifting himself up with it. He's just smacking it and just, you know what I mean? Like just going further and further up this thing and just smashing every single part of it.
Yeah,
That sounds amazing.
On a side note, that game is very frustrating.
Here comes number 3. Oh, Christ. Ooh! The 7 looks a whole lot like a 1, but it's not a 1. It's a 7, which is 17.
And it
doesn't matter.
Use inspiration.
Well, so that would be fine, except I have plus 10 to Trixie to hit, which is a 17, and then I also have the ability to give myself a plus 10.
If he wasn't feeling confident, right?
So yeah, that'll hit.
You don't need inspiration ever again.
That's 20. The last one's 20 damage.
Okay, so you did a whole bunch of damage.
Yeah.
All right, good. Go ahead and be as descriptive as you want for how you utterly destroy this thing beyond all recognition or ability to regenerate.
So, what you're describing, Fran, is like bottom to top destruction? Okay.
Pretty much. Like you're like literally using the hammer to smash into it and then raise yourself up to smash higher.
I feel like this would be Hoblet's version of it. So
you got quite the leap with haste. you know. So.
Oh, you're right.
So that's why I'm picturing this.
I feel like I'm gonna sort of turn this dude into a somewhat of a human ladder for myself with my hits. So, the first hit's gonna be like mid thigh. So I'm hoping that breaks his thigh. Then I'm gonna step in the broken thigh and jump up and smash his arm with the second hit. And that'll break his arm, and then I can jump up on the third hit, and then I'm like up in the air, two-hander. Wait a minute, I have my shield. Yeah, he drops his shield off to go two-hander for Trixie and fucking smashes the dude's skull piece. Then he goes and gets his shield back.
It's almost like you see like shield hits the ground and then like Grave Titan falls and Habba just like. All right.
Okay. So
yeah, I was gonna say it's almost like you see like the shield fall, hit the ground, the Grave Titan fall, hit the ground. Habba climbs off his head, picks up his shield, and just like walks back to everybody.
Yeah, dragging Trixie on the ground just to get the guts and blood off before we shoulder her up real quick. Whoa, that was fun. Thanks for leaving something for me.
I think you should talk faster because you're hasted.
It does not say anything about speeding up Hoblet.
I just think it would be funny.
I don't even know if I could do a fast Hoblet. But yeah, no, we're good. Then the spell ends and Jarrell and I collapse in exhaustion.
Yes.
Takes you a whole 6 seconds to catch your breath.
Whoa.
6 seconds. 6 seconds is a lot of time on a battlefield, especially one where the forces of Valon herself are clashing with the forces of the undead, gigantic grave titans being almost the rank and file soldiers and other gigantic constructed and grown monstrosities taking to the field, unnatural colored lights streaking in each direction. 6 seconds is a long time.
I will say that before that happens, I do my lay on hands because I definitely need to do that.
Okay, Jarrell, you do lay on
That's
hands
fair.
and make sure that you count that. When the finally does come, though, 6 seconds is quite a long time, and with the energy drained from Jarrell, the field glowing from the Sword of Justice begins to flicker ever so slightly. The undead hordes inch ever closer. Only about 45 feet now.
Ooh.
Now, did we know which direction we were supposed to go in? I think she told us that she would.
She said, just like to keep climbing, right?
Right.
And that like everything, like even just the area that we're on is already on like a grade. I think I remember Dave describing, right? So I think we just need to start heading up the hill.
So Jarrell's gonna turn to Hoblet. Hoblet, do you have yours? He's gonna point to his two angelic mastiffs that he's got circling Jarrell still, because it hasn't been a full 10 minutes yet. And like if we could both be on either side to even protect if anything gets through my sword's aura.
For Hoblet to also have spirit guardians out,
Right.
so you guys are essentially just like a walking undead shield.
What level is that?
I think it's 3.
Third.
It is. Let's do it.
So that way we can protect everybody in the center while we're marching up.
All right.
I believe that Hedrick would definitely be playing a soundtrack while we are marching up. Like, I imagine it's like pitch black, right? And they have that one little beacon of light, and all the monsters are surrounding just on the perimeter.
Yeah, like the sky is almost like clouded with this, like just like the fog of war, right? Like all the bad, like the literal like heavenly battle, like good versus evil, like above head too.
So Hedrick is singing. Well, I'm just a bard with each part of me. I'll let you know what I'm all about. Well, I'm just a bard who loves inspiring. There's no way that I'll shut my mouth. Whoa, Valon, bless my strings. Whoa, we'll see what fate will bring.
Wow, you
Fantastic.
I was gonna say you put that's a good one to pull out of your pocket right there. That's a good cover right there. I'm just a bard. Damn. I mean, we're marching.
Yep. As you continue to climb the hill, the undead burn away from you at a radius of about. What did we say it was?
Is it 45
feet? Yeah, it was feet. Okay. For some reason, I had the number. I lost the units, but it's feet. Yes, 45 feet away. The hordes are burning away. That's not terribly far. It's a relatively small pocket in the din of this battle. Occasionally passing by some sort of celestial who's thankful for the little bit of respite that your circle can provide. They generally don't move much beyond to kneel and catch their breath, then pick themselves up a few seconds later as you march on by. Casting themselves back into the battle, hacking away at the rank-and-file zombies and skeletons and other rank-and-file undead. Making it a little bit further up the hill, you crest what seems to be some sort of small ridge, being able to see a little bit into the distance above the heads of the fighting forces to all sides of you. You can see what look like some number of Titans, not even as sloppy as the Grave Titans, and wearing some sort of full armor that are about maybe... Geez, what's about a quarter mile? About 1,000 feet ahead right now? Far enough away where they would take some effort to get to you. Close enough where they would be able to notice.
So as we're marching, Jarrell in his helmet will say, Valon, how far am I from you?
Continue uphill, not much farther now.
Okay.
I say we keep marching up, and if those things try to intercept us, maybe we'll have the high ground at least.
How long am I invisible for?
That would be a question for the person who cast it.
You are invisible until I end the spell, I think.
Was it?
There's usually a max duration on that, though. It's like
Yeah.
I think it's like an hour, though,
What?
or like 8 hours.
Was it greater?
Oh,
Yeah.
it might have been. Yeah, it might have been.
Greater is only 1 minute.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it's concentration.
So yeah, you're visible now.
Okay,
Yep.
that's fine. I felt that was good information to have. So we're supposed to go towards where the armored ones are. Is what I gathered from.
They're slightly downhill. Like you could probably get uphill and past them if you were to get at least about 1,000 feet off to their right.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna try to go that way. Because those things, I mean, they're not easy to kill, so.
Yeah, they're just gonna slow us down more.
No, and so you continue to move along to the right.
Can I say we're
Just for
going at a pretty...
clarification- Oh,
Sorry, are we... Can we be moving at like a pretty good pace? Like not like the full... I don't want to
Yeah.
leave anybody behind, but as fast as the party can move, I think we should be moving that fast.
so we're moving as fast as Hoblet can move.
Right.
Yeah. Pretty much, since you are using the entirety of your time moving and moving at a fast speed, it could be inferred that if you were to break it down to combat turns, you were both moving and dashing, since nobody's trying to do any attacking. You know, yeah, we're moving about 50 to 60 feet, 50 feet then per 6 seconds. So, yeah, moving at a good clip.
I did cast Spirit Guardians, also at a 4th level, and my Spirit Guardians are snapping turtles.
Duly noted, Spirit Guardians, snapping turtles.
Is it 4th or 3rd for you? It's 3rd for me.
It's 3rd, but you
It's
can
3rd
cast
for
it
both
at a
of you.
higher level.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So
Yeah.
mine is more damage.
Right.
But I hate all my 4th level spells. So I like to cast all my other lower spells at 4th level because it amps them up a little bit. So I'm casting it at 4th level.
Wonderful. Okay. Party continues on. And we're just going to make some totally unrelated checks over here behind the screen.
I hate that.
Right.
You don't, though. You think you do, but you don't.
And now he's making a face.
I feel like your turtles have to be like Gamera, where they just kind of float around you like the spinning Gamera thing. Anybody know you? Gamera?
So the way that I read the spell, I'm making all of you immune to it. So you guys can come within 15 feet of me and nothing happens. So I'm picturing them to be like ghosts, kind of. So the way I see it, there's like around me is just the ground is covered with ghost turtles.
But they're bigger
All right.
because you cast it at a higher level.
Yes, slightly larger than average.
Slightly larger, moderately spikier ghost turtles.
Like the
We'll take
Mario's nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah. The kind Mario can't jump on. All right. So moving along. Let's say you guys make it a little while. Are you guys checking on anything or just, like eyes on the prize?
I was going to say eyes on the prize. Yeah, singular focus here.
Yeah, unless there's something jarring that would like pull our attention away, I feel like we're probably just following Jarrell's lead.
Yep.
All right. Does anybody have a passive perception better than 15?
I think Boris does.
You hear some rustling far off to your left.
How far?
It's very faint. It's tough to tell at this level of quiet. You're the only one who'd be able to hear it, apparently.
Okay, Boris will draw everybody's attention to it, but quietly, or maybe not even everybody's attention, whoever's closest to Boris at that particular moment.
Who would that be? Pick one of us at random. Fuck it.
Yeah. Let's go with Jarrell. Actually, that seems like the right answer.
All right. So
When do you make the right answer?
How far away was it that you noticed it? Gerald kind of slows down a little bit when you say that.
Yeah, Boris just like there's some rustling off to the left. I'm not sure where, but I hear something coming from that direction.
Just stop for a second because I know that Boris has good instincts, and then just look and see if there's anything over there that really catches our attention.
Coming around an outcropping of boulders from just downhill, but moving at a pretty good clip, are 10 titans. Not quite as rotten as the Grave Titans either, with the zombies falling out of their midsection, but fully armored and somewhat more articulated.
Okay, can we move faster?
No.
I'll run as fast as these legs allow me to go. Unless someone wants to give me a ride.
Jarrell picks up Felix again.
Hell yeah! Onwards, mighty steed!
Okay, Jarrell. I just want to inquire about the whereabouts of the 40-pound sausage.
Shit, I can't pick up Felix because, well, I could put the...
No, that sausage is gone. You probably left it behind.
Oh, I still got the sausage.
Did he? No? He never did anything that would require him to have put the sausage down.
Jarrell
That's true.
throws the sausage back to Pregnart And
just throws a 45-pound sausage over at Pregnard.
Oh, that's a
How
weight
much
room
damage
plate.
does Pregnart take?
A lot.
Yeah,
that would kill
Pregnard,
someone.
Pregnard, I need
I'll
you.
try to catch it.
Well, okay, make a strength saving throw, please.
This doesn't eat.
Like a medicine meatball.
Just feels like
Strength saving throw.
Yes.
It's probably not so good for you.
15.
15. Wow. Yeah, Pregnart, you
Wow.
catch it right to the chest, and while it staggers you in place, and you have to stop moving to steady yourself and grab this thing with both of your limbs and like your entire core, you do manage to catch it.
I take a bite.
It is delicious.
And he's toast. He's toast, right? Like, chorizo is no more.
Yeah. Chorizo is.
No.
Chorizo has
Toast
been
and
perfectly
bread.
cooked.
Chorizo is, yes, a very well cooked sausage.
do we forget our own character, Toast?
No, we did not.
No, but to be more accurate, Toast never forgot.
I think that chorizo was both cooked and killed by some electrocution that we underwent.
Some magical interference,
Changing
yeah.
planes.
Yes.
Chorizo would have wanted this.
Yes.
Oh my
Thank you.
god.
Thank you, Phil.
The rumbling gets closer, and you can see that that the 10 Titans are pursuing you at a dead run.
Okay, yeah, Jarrell picks up Felix and starts, again, going as fast as he can. Can somebody make Hoblet go faster? As we run, I think the rest of us run at 30 feet. Well, 60 feet.
Can I cast haste again on Hoblet?
Well,
It's risky because
gonna
it's
say
only a...
before you do that, how far away are they, Dave?
They are now about 500 feet away.
Okay. If
Not
if,
necessary right
If
now.
while we are running, they make it to 120 feet, I could slow them down.
Right. Could you also make Hoblet fly?
No.
You don't have that
I
one?
I chose to replace fly with some other more useful spells for Felix personally.
So one thing that Jarrell... Well, no, we're sprinting. Never mind. Not going to do it. Just
Yeah,
sprinting.
we're sprinting.
Yes.
Let's go.
Continuing to sprint, you approach what appears to be a little bit of a gully going up the hill with sort of rocky outcroppings on both the left and right. You will have to go up this little channel to get uphill.
Okay, I stop sprinting for a second to let Hoblet catch up, and I hand Felix one of the Omni Bombs.
Oh, there's that.
Leave it for a minute.
Okay, I will happily take one of those.
Yep. The hordes of undead have thinned out considerably in this area with the much rockier terrain and much steeper hill.
Okay. And back to climbing as fast as we can.
Back to climbing, and you guys are going to head up this area, this culvert, going up the hill. I think that's the right word. It sounds right. It feels right.
Because you said when we got here that everything's kind of like upward. There's one line that goes progressively up.
Yeah, we just got to keep going up.
Yeah, there's sort of a narrow area you have to go through before you have more options in how you're going up.
Right.
And these guys have now gotten to about 200 feet behind.
Okay, we're still, but I mean, yeah, we're
Yeah.
introducing elevation and stuff here too. So
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not doing anything yet.
Hedrick totally
Okay.
spaced that he had a bandolier of Omni Bombs. I don't think at any point he removed those, and even though he was casting Catapult and curious as to what was around him, he never realized he was wearing this bandolier.
Inventory management.
Way to go, Jarrell.
All right. So are you stopped or have you started heading back up this area now?
Oh, I thought we were all still just climbing.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
the party has resumed climbing. Yep. Things have gotten a little narrow through here, but you guys are able to keep a pretty steady pace. These larger creatures have reached the base of it by the time you are about 120 feet up the thing.
Right, and I feel like it's going to be a little harder for them potentially to, like, I don't know, get through here, hopefully.
This is your 120 mark.
Yeah,
this is your 120 mark. Slow them down as much as you can. He said that we're within 120
well, okay.
feet.
Are they struggling with, like, climbing up, or are they still kind of easily able to ascend where we are now?
It's kind of about 50-50 that's keeping things a little even right now. There are places where you can get through easier because you are smaller. There are other places where you would have to take time to climb over a boulder, for example, that they can either step over or push out of the way. So it's sort of a push right now.
Okay, actually, this is not going to work then. Yeah, I got nothing that's going to really actually slow them down. I'm holding on to
What
this
about your
Omni-Bomb
Eldritch
right
Blast?
now.
What about your Eldritch Blast? It'll push you back 10 feet and slow them down, right?
I mean, I can do that, but I mean, I have to... Oh, boy.
You willikers.
Mm-hmm.
We could really use a plan right now.
No, once per turn, so I can only, like, really, even with every volley of 3, only one of them can be slowed.
There's 10 of them, and you have 100. I mean, we need to do something.
Yeah, Hedrick could be casting first level spells, his catapult, just like releasing these, omni bombs into the air and whacking them with his loot to at least create some sort of concussive barrier.
My thought is because
I could be firing. I could be firing Eldritch Blasts and everything like that, but this is time I could be spending climbing and getting the fuck away.
This is exactly what I'm thinking. I'm carrying you. You're not climbing.
Well, oh, okay. I thought you put me down.
No.
So if you're still carrying me.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you're still carrying me, then we good, and I'll just start firing Eldritch Blasts off of your back because why not?
Yeah. As soon as they're within range, I would say start doing that to try to slow them down, push them back.
120 is the range.
Yep.
Yeah, 120 is the range, so I'll just start firing volleys.
Yep. And Hedrick, you shouldn't stop to do anything except for run.
Well, my range on the catapult is 150 feet.
But it takes an action instead of moving 30 feet further.
It does.
We're getting ahead of you and you're catapulting behind us.
Just making sure. Yeah. If they're encroaching, I'm trying to pick them off.
Felix, you can also drop one of those bombs if you want. Depends on what you want.
I'm gonna hang on to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm hanging on to it.
So have any bombs been actually released down the hill?
Nope.
Hedrick is doing that.
Yeah.
Hedrick, what are you setting these bombs to if you are sending them down?
I could send one. I'll go 10 seconds. And if the hordes are encroaching, they're surrounding it, and 10 seconds is the cluster bomb setting, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, we think.
Yeah.
If they're all consistent.
Yeah.
They're not.
Right, that was the thing I mentioned, is that none of these are really going to ever have the same effect, are guaranteed to have the same effects, but that can be inferred.
10 seconds would be, 2 actions for everybody to climb up these things. And I think that's enough time that Hedrick has his Tumbling Fool as a bonus action. He can leap and flip and tumble with acrobatics with no problem.
Yeah, he's literally flicking these things down the hill while he's flipping around. This guy's crazy.
Yeah. So if an action is to cast my catapult, and I can send this thing 150 even without the amplifier, he'll set a 10-second delay and just kind of create a crater within them and try to break them up a little bit.
All right. Yeah, and you're able to kind of send them down this canyon pretty easily. They start hitting, and the first one explodes as an explosion of prismatic multicolored glitter. But even that glitter was doing some sort of pitting corrosive damage to the armor. Others were concussive. One was sonic. they all would hit and would do their various kinds of damage, and these titans are worse for the wear. Still climbing, but slower now, and in diminished numbers.
And
looks like only 5 of them are left now.
And Felix continues to shoot them with 10-foot back pushes and the lethargy, right?
Doing what I can. I'm doing what I can.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if anything's gonna hit because, but I'm just firing as many blasts as I can because it is a cantrip. So I'm like I'm a fucking machine gun back here.
Yeah. Because you have to roll to hit on those. It was only a nat 1 that didn't. Yeah. That was the other ones. I mean, Dave, do you want him rolling over and over these every 6 seconds?
No, we don't need to be doing that. Just, okay. Things are being hit. And, I'm not trying to fish for just nat 1s without reason.
And I was going to say, I rolled, we'll just say I rolled 3 or 4 sets of attacks just now. Yeah. And the lowest I rolled was a 3. So
yeah, if I was trying to play this like a straight combat encounter, I'd have had you guys roll initiative. We're just sort of doing things in broad strokes here to keep the action moving.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm pushing them 10 feet back. I'm slowing 1 down with each volley.
Yeah.
The push affects all 3 that get hit though. So I am able to continue to keep pushing them back a little bit.
Yeah.
If anything, just to keep them within the effect radius, right, the blast radius of the Omni Bombs. So it's sort of like a tandem effort, right? Trying to make sure that I corral them close to, to the point of impact, right?
Yes.
To, the epicenter.
Yep. You are simultaneously kiting them and damaging them at a pretty good pace. Their numbers are diminished a little below half by now, and you're starting to get pretty close to the top of this ravine.
I had 7 Omni Bombs after the last one that I threw, so let me know how many you think I would have expended climbing up this.
Sounded like from his descriptions there were at least 3 expended.
Okay.
Yeah, let's say you've used 3 of them then.
Okay.
So you guys have are hitting the top of the ravine now, and as you sort of crest to the top of this area and you leave the walls of rock and stone on either side, you see a citadel looming in the distance, maybe about a quarter to a half a mile away, hundreds of feet high of stone where you had previously thought it was a hill or a mountain, is an impossibly large fortress in a mountain pass.
Awesome. Onward!
The other thing you see is on the path, almost exactly in between you and this fortress, are another 10 of these titans.
God damn it!
These are the armored titans, not the grave titans?
Yes, these are the new armored titans, and they turn, eyes, undead holes as they are, still emanating some sort of baleful red gaze, and they begin to shriek with some sort of unholy noise from their mouths as they start to charge in your direction.
Pregnard takes another bite of the sausage.
Would they all be
still delicious?
Would they all be assumed? What is this? I don't know what CR means, but
challenge
CR,
rating.
Challenge rating over
rating.
3.
Over 3? Yes, they are.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that equals.
Challenge rating goes up to 30.
Right, but so what's a 3? What characters fall under a 3?
Yeah.
Like a specter, or skeletons would be way less than that. Zombies would be way less than that.
So it balances to 4 player characters of level 3 being able to evenly match one of these things. That's what a CR3 would be. 4 players.
So just little peons.
Yeah,
because I'm feel like I should be able to do something, but I can't.
Little to medium peons, but nothing like these big guys.
Yeah. Duly noted.
Yep. And they charge at you with their unnaturally fast, long gait.
Are they armed with anything?
They are armed with the same gigantic great swords as their Grave Titan brethren, but these, instead of being rough-hewn slabs of metal, appear to be something a little more uniform, a little more sinister, black with some sort of red runic inlay, and on cruel hooked point and razor sharp edge.
So, I don't know if anybody else has anything, but once a day I can ask Clangadin for help.
I mean, we're like a half a mile from Valon, but yeah, ask Clangadin.
I mean, we've also got 15 Titans on us, and I don't see Valon coming outside to give us a hand right now. Mighty Clangadin, get us to that fort. We need not fight these beasts.
Well, don't you roll to see if he intervenes?
Yeah,
I
thought
could.
that
Pretty
was the
sure.
point.
I think it's like your cleric level plus something.
Oh, yes.
I thought it was like a percentile die. Like,
Yeah, it's a percentile, and then the percent chance of it happening increases as he levels up.
but it's supposed to be a low number.
It's supposed to be a low number.
Oh, yeah,
I
it's unseasonably low.
think it's literally like equal to your cleric level. I think that's my guess if I remember correctly. It's called Divine Intervention.
Yeah, I'm here. So I roll the D100, yeah? Or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, I did
You-
not
you-
get it.
yeah.
Clangadin's not
know.
coming, boy.
Oh, you can't presume to speak for or against the will of Clangadin.
Sometime I will.
The armored titans are now about 700 feet away and charging.
Is everyone at full health?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I am.
Okay.
I'm only
John?
down 3. Yeah, I'm only down 3 health, but I don't really have a whole lot left.
Ooh. 500 feet.
Jarrell.
The only way we can go is forward.
Yeah, Jarrell is gonna lob as many
300.
of the Omni bombs as he can, set them all for timers. So I'm gonna set them because they're moving pretty quickly, right? How fast are they moving? Like how many feet per second?
200 feet.
Per
Like they're just
second?
advancing. He's just
Yeah,
they're
like,
just advancing.
They're
yeah.
advancing in real time.
I throw as many as I can in that time. I'm gonna guess that I
Okay.
can get 5 of them out set for different timers. So like 20 seconds,
Yeah.
10 seconds, 15 seconds, another 20 seconds.
Yeah. You throw them all into an area, and as they and the Grave Titans and the Armored Titans meet each other, maybe about 100 feet away, the entire area is enveloped in a 20-foot wide column of bright alabaster light reaching from the earth to the heavens. And everything stops for a moment. Slowly, the light disappears, almost like it's crackling like broken tempered glass. And as the effect falls away, what appears to be a somewhat large, maybe about 7 foot tall humanoid in gleaming armor stands in the way, in between you and the armored titans. All of the omni bombs having either detonated or moved or vanished into plot holes because they're inconvenient to my explanation right now.
Well, there goes 5 Omni bombs. Goddamn.
Hey, listen, you made the choice.
Just standing maybe about 50 feet in between either party, this gleaming figure in armor, carrying what appears to be some sort of large hammer-type object, burnished, glowing gold. It reaches several feet long, so maybe about like 2 foot long, and it comes to this somewhat larger end. And St. Cuthbert the Cudgel, or at least his spirit turns. Were you expecting someone else? And if you like us, we can be found on the internet. We're in such places as Reddit.com/r/Hapless Heroes Podcast. We are on Twitter and the Gram at Hapless Heroes. We are also on Facebook. Search for Hapless Heroes Podcast. All of those places will take you to the crown jewel of our internet presence, our Discord server, where you can meet and greet and hang out with us and interact with us and our growing community of fans of both this show and D&D and the nerd cultures and fandoms we inhabit together. It's a great place to be. We'd love to have you. And if you're already part of what we've got going on, thank you so much for being part of our community and helping us to grow it. If you really like us, though, you can leave us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice. At this point in the show, you've probably got one. You found some way to get your fix of the dick and fart jokes that we intersperse a little bit of gaming into every now and again. Leave us a review if you can. Make it honest. We prefer it to be good. Now, if your podcast service doesn't maybe leave you an option, we've got a channel in our Discord server. Hey, hint, it comes up a bit in here. Yeah, you could leave your review there, and if you do, we'll read it on air and recognize you as the 5-star human being that you are.
Yeah, we got Cody Joe 666 who just recently wrote us, and he just says, what a great podcast. Listen to the amazing banter between characters and players. It's truly entertaining. I feel like I'm sitting at their table, and it really has me engaged and keeps me laughing. I recommend this podcast to almost everyone I know that listens to them. 5 stars, hands down. Thanks, Cody Joe. We appreciate you, the 5-star human being that you are.
I'm going to guess, though, by your username that you've not heard the word of the good Lord Jesus Christ. So I'm going to guess you should... Wasn't it a 666 at the end? No, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, or maybe you have heard it and it just wasn't a compelling offer. I don't know. Look, some people get different standards for their personal deity. I don't know. I don't really speak to that. But anyway, if you really, really like us, you can donate to our Patreon, patreon.com/haplessheroes, because I totally haven't offended like a good half of you at this point. You should totally throw money at our cause anyway. But
throw money at these godless heathens.
Yes, I know. But yes, what your money really goes to is right back into the development and the running and keeping this podcast the level of quality that it's been in recording equipment and hosting costs, in replacement equipment when we need it, and it's been a huge help, and it's helped keep us ad free and raunchy and ribald as always.
And if you like us, right now you like us, Sally Field, and the whole deal, assemble a heist team made up of a hot air balloonist, a French mime, a demolitions expert, and a dog trainer, and break into the 3rd level basement of the White House to steal JFK's diamond-studded nipple clips.
That one's doable.
Wait, but they need a calling card. They need a They need a calling card.
No. It's perfect as it is, and we're going to back out of it in a graceful and rapid manner by outroing our cast, starting from my right with the fabulous Felix Fizzlebottom, played by Francesco.
Oh. Good luck with the cudgel, Mr. DM. Good luck.
To his right, we have Lord Jarrell the Light, played by John.
I was expecting Sir Benedict Cumberbatch.
To his right, we have Boris the Butcher, played by Nicole.
Benedict's, yum.
To her right, we have Pregnart, played by Zach.
Pregnart takes another bite of the sausage.
And it is still delicious. To his right, we have Hedrick the Entertainer, played by Phil.
St. Cuthbert. Well, ain't that something?
To his right, we have Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind, played by Mike.
Benedict, yes, we haven't had brunch in a while, have we?
And to his right, we have Hoplet the Smasher, played by James.
It's good to finally have some brains on Trixie again.
And my name is Dave. I've been your host and Dungeon Master for this evening. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Was Climberdine Cumberpatch knighted?
Triscatine Trusket.
Benedine Bumberbatch?
Goodbye.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Cupcake.